All right, friends, today we are working on the second lesson for Christopher Columbus. There are 3 lessons. The first one we did on Friday. This is the second one, and the third one I believe we will be doing next week. All right, so this is excerpts from Christopher Columbus's log, okay, 1492 AD, and it is on William and Mary, page 53. I'm going to go ahead and read aloud these 2 paragraphs here, and then we are going to complete a literature web together. All right, so let's take a look. Wednesday, 10th of October, steered west-southwest and sailed at times 10 miles an hour, at others 12, and at others 7. Day and night made 59 leagues progress. Reckoned to the crew, but 44. Now I'm just going to underline a couple of words here, okay, because these are going to be key vocabulary words we're going to be looking at in a bit. Here the men lost all patience and complained of the length of the voyage, but the admiral encouraged them in the best manner he could, representing the profits they were about to acquire, and adding that it was to no purpose to complain. Having come so far, they had nothing to do but continue on to the Indies, till, with the help of our Lord, they should arrive there. Thursday, the 11th of October, steered west-southwest, and encountered a heavier sea than they had met with before in the whole voyage. Saw pardellas and a green rush, underline that, near the vessel. The crew of the Pinta saw a cane and a log. They also picked up a stick, which appeared to have been carved with an iron tool, a piece of cane, a plant which grows on land, and a board. The crew of the Nina saw other signs of land, and a stalk loaded with roseberries. These signs encouraged them, and they all grew cheerful. Sailed this day till sunset, 27 leagues. All right, so we talked about this when we did the other activity with a vocabulary log. Now we're going to talk about it with a literature web. Okay, so the next thing I need you to do is to flip over page 53, and it should be, oh, that's the poem. We want to make sure we're working on the sample literature web for the Christopher Columbus's log. So we're going to be looking at activity 9B, and that is on page 55. Okay. Read the excerpts from Columbus log from the last days of Columbus's voyage. Work with your group to complete the literature web on the log entries. All right. So what are some of those key words? Well, if we take a look, okay, we had underlined some words here. We underlined leagues and reckoned. So I'm going to write leagues. And I'm going to write reckoned. What were some of the other words? Profits, pardellas, pardellas, and stalk. Now, you are more than welcome to add additional words, but these are 5 words in the passage, okay, that were kind of big words that we might want to further investigate. So go ahead and copy those 5 words down, and if you would like to, you can list some more. All right, so now let's talk about the feelings. Well, the feelings are kind of similar to what we had said when we read the Christopher Columbus poem. Okay, let's see here. So I remember one of the words that we said on the Christopher Columbus poem was the word dread. And we know that dread means not looking forward to. And it says here, and adding that it was to no purpose to complain, having come so far, they had nothing to do but continue on the Indies till with the help of our Lord they should arrive there. I'd say Here the men lost all patience and complained of the length of the voyage, but the admiral encouraged them in the best manner he could. All right, so definitely a feeling of dread. Okay, what other feeling can we get? Okay, they complained of the length of the voyage. So I would say they're kind of impatient, right? Impatient. They want to be there. They're tired of this voyage. It is too long and too difficult. Okay, so that's from the very beginning. But then what happens here? Steered west-southwest, encountered a heavier sea. So yeah, they're dreading that. The crew of the Nina saw other signs of land and the stalk loaded. These signs encouraged them, and they all grew cheerful. Sailed this day till sunset, 27 leagues. So they finally have a sense of hope. They are cheerful, okay, / happiness. And was there anything else? They grew cheerful and they were felt encouraged. Okay, so go ahead and jot down those feelings. All right, now, of course, our title, which you could have written from the beginning, excerpts. And remember, an excerpt is just a small piece. Excerpts from Christopher Columbus's log, 1492 AD. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute so you can get that down. All right, so let's take a look at some of the images and symbols that we may have noticed when we were in there. All right, images and symbols. So it says that they saw pardellas. Okay, what are pardellas? Does anybody know what a pardella is? A pardella. And some of the other images, we'll come back to that, see if anybody knows what a pardella is. What are some other things that they saw, images that they saw? Let's see here. Land, a plant, okay? They picked up a stick which appeared to have been carved with an iron tool, a piece of cane, a plant which grows on land, and a board, okay? So they saw plants. Anybody figure out what a pardella is yet? Anybody know? All right, continuing. What are some other things that they saw? Did they say they saw a green rush near the vessel? Okay, so if it's green and it's not blue, okay, that means that land is there. A green rush, okay? And what else did they see? They saw a stick, which appeared to have been carved with an iron tool. So a stick carved with an iron tool. Okay? A stick carved with an iron tool. Now, the structure. How is this particular piece of writing structured? Well, it tells us right at the top what it is. It's a log. It's like a diary. Okay? So, simply going to say it's a log entry, kind of like a diary entry. That's it for down there. A log entry. Okay? Now, I'm going to pause there and to give you a minute, and then we will continue with ideas, because our ideas are going to be referring to the generalizations of exploration. Okay? Now, for those of you who were wondering what a pardella is, before we do that, I will show you my phone here. And what does it tell you? It tells you it is a long-winged oceanic bird that in flight skims close to waves. Okay. So, and that's kind of a picture of what it would look like. So it's a bird. A pardella is a bird, an oceanic bird. So I will write in parentheses up here, while I try to focus that in for you, that this is a bird. All right, so ideas. What ideas about exploration, okay, can you think of that would have something to do with this particular log or this passage? So going from the known to the unknown, okay, they are going from they're actually going to the unknown in the land, okay? So you can say the unknown, oops, spelled that wrong. Going to the unknown, going to the unknown. What else is an idea about exploration, a generalization about exploration that we can think of? Going with companions. He has companions. They're not the nicest of companions because they complain a lot. But of course, we know Christopher Columbus was not the nicest person either. With companions, what is something else we can think of for those generalizations? It links the past to the future. You could definitely say that. Links the past to the future. And what about that generalization that you know is my favorite? The one about exploration is about the journey, right? But in this case, when the destination is too far away, then it's really reaching a destination is important when a journey is long, okay? So yeah, exploration is about the journey. But yet, reaching a destination is important when the journey is long. So the journey, okay? But when long, the destination is key. Key meaning important, okay? All right, so if you think there are some other generalizations that apply, you are more than welcome to go ahead and do that, okay? But I think most part we have our graphic organizer completed. So I'm going to give you another minute or so to make sure you have all that copied, and then we're going to move on to our next activity.